Greetings and salutations. I can start right back with more Raid Shadow Legends for the second day in a row. What's up with that? You can thank Plarium for that, I guess, because they have decided for their second anniversary event to have each day of this weekend a different double summons event for a different type of shard. So Sacreds were yesterday. That was a fun draw. I happened to have a lot of Sacreds yesterday, so that was good. I got 2 legendaries. Unfortunately, both of them were duplicates. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the video yet and you wanted to watch it. I got some dupes, but it was still fun. I had a good time. It was a good summoning session, I felt. So hopefully today will go similarly, although we all know I have not had the best luck with void shards lately. I did get a legendary last time, however. I got a soulless, which was awesome, but now my mercy has reset, and it's going to be like another year before I get a legendary, unless fate and RNGeezus conspire together to grant me a bequeathment, I guess. Is that a word? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to sally forth, draw some void shards. I have 19, good enough for today. Although I have 8 on my free-to-play account, so I could conceivably switch over to that one and do those 2 if this goes crappily, which they do tend to do with void shards for me, unfortunately. But we'll play that card when the time comes. In the meantime, let us sally forth and draw some voids and just see what happens. Just see what happens, right? Let's just see what happens. Okay, so first up we have something that's blue and Justiciar, which I want to call him Justicar. I really do. I don't know what this Justiciar is. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, he's a champion that you fuse as part of your questing, so he is not a new champion to anyone, I don't believe. Okay, so moving right along. Okay, some more blues. Oh, Dilgol. He's a great champion. Really fine addition to your Dwarven arsenal. Fun champion, really good in faction wars. And it has some additional utility too, because he's just a fun champion. He has a decreased speed on his A1. He has an AoE A2 that puts a decreased accuracy debuff, and then an A3 that attacks one enemy 3 times, and each has a 40% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. He's just fun, and his animations are very satisfying. He's not a bad champion, despite the decreased accuracy being kind of an iffy champion. He's actually pretty well put together. Okay, and surprise, another blue, and this time it's Harrier, who actually is a really good damage dealer when built right, and if you pair him with his buddy Hospitaller. Actually, he's even good without Hospitaller, but Hospitaller just kind of pushes him over the edge a little bit. Yeah, he does a decent amount of damage. I have a video on the 2 of them working together if you want to check that out. It's not bad. He's actually kind of impressive as a damage dealer. Okay, and another one of my favorites, Chevalier. He is really good rare champion, and I talk about him constantly, and I draw him all the time too. I don't know what the deal is. Just about every time I open void shards, I get another Chevalier. His A1 is fantastic. 20% chance of placing an extra hit, and it also blocks damage and shield buffs when you ascend it. And again, that can repeat just as many times as you are lucky, right? So imagine rolling that, a D100 or 2D10 or whatever the heck, and getting under 20%, multiple times in a row. That's how many times you get the extra hit, and it's pretty great. And his Stern Rebuke has been the highest single target multiplier in the game until Thea came out. But anyway, Chevalier, really strong champion. Next up, we have another blue, and I hate Stone Skin. Come on, man. Oh, he's so hideous. What's up with that guy? He has a provoke on his A1, decreased defense, and a turn meter manipulator on his A2. Ugh. And an AoE A3 that does decreased speed for 1 turn. Yeah, his skill set's fine, but I can't abide by his appearance. It's just nauseating. Not a big fan. Put some pants on, my God. Okay, and then we have Retainer, who's not very good, so we're just going to move on. This is a typical Void pull for me, where everything is crap over and over again. Oh, this is Haruspex, who's kind of cool. I like his skill, where he rips out his gizzard, right? Is this guy? Is that the guy that... Infected Liver. Yes, his Infected Liver skill. Attacks the enemy twice. Each hit has a 15% chance of placing a poison debuff for 2 turns. The more I think about this, the more I think it's like he's infecting your liver. I kind of think that... I kept imagining that he had an infected liver and it would... I don't know why I think these things. Okay, and he also has a res, which is kind of cool. Haruspex is a good rare for his faction. Okay, moving on. Okay. Wow, this RNGeezus. Doomscreech. A fine champion. There's nothing particularly wrong with Doomscreech. He's just, not someone you would build up if you didn't have to. So we'll just move on. Oh, here we go. We have some epicness, and it is, of course, someone that I already have, because that's how things work out for me. Fellhammer is great, though. Really good Fire Knight champion. He has a 100% heal reduction on his A1, which you definitely want in Fire Knight. He has a 3-hitter that puts a shield on him for on his A2, and then his A3 is a counterattack. So he's a very, very good champion, and ally attacking dungeons by 30%. Who cares? I'm usually not going to do that. But he's a fine enough champion. And actually, Plarium made a video on him that was actually kind of fun to watch. Something in my eye. The other eye. Where I had an eyebrow issue this time, and now I have an eyelash issue over here. All right, 10 left. Guys, I got to do better than 1 out of 10. Or 1 out of 9. All right? Let's do a little bit better. Let's see some better things happening. Oh, here, there's 2 in a row. And it is a champion I already have. Okay. All right, so Battle Sage, really good. Battle Sage is a champion that, if you have, is vastly underrated, I think. Especially in Arena, where she's just an awesome debuff remover. Okay, first of all, an AoE A1. All right, so automatically put her in a stun set. She's going to bring a lot of utility both in dungeons and in Arena. And then her A2, Nature's Touch, increase attack debuff on allies for 2 turns, and then removes all debuffs on all allies. Okay, and the increased attack can't be removed, so that's, again, really good in Arena, where you're constantly besieged by debuff removers, buff strippers. So this is a really good skill to have. And then, of course, she has a Revive on Death on a target ally for 3 turns. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, so you can see how she can use this pretty often. It's a good skill, and then plus she has a all battle speed by 19%. Battle Sage is really good, and I'd be excited if I didn't have Battle Sage and have had her forever, but I digress. We're just going to move on. But for those of you who who have a Battle Sage and we're worried about her utility, she's great. Hollow, he does something cool, right? Does he have like an HP burn or something? Oh, ignores 25% of target's defense, and a 4-hitter on an A2, which is kind of cool. That's an unusual thing to see. Okay, and our friend Justiciar, who we met briefly earlier. All right, well, let's continue. We don't need to retread that ground. Okay, and more blues, and this is Bulwark, who is a fantastic rare. Again, though, have had him for a long time, but really good in Clan Boss, as he puts up an HP burn and weaken HP burn and extends the duration of all debuffs on the attacker by 1 turn as a passive, which is pretty cool. Bulwark is a staple. Everyone should have a Bulwark sitting around somewhere. Come on, man. Oh, no more Stone Skin. We're not going to deal with Stone Skin anymore. Just not going to do it. Renegade, another super useful rare. Kind of like a miniature Prince Kaimar, a little bit. Heal reduction A1, increased speed, decreased accuracy on the A2, but the one we really care about is Sacrificial Ritual. Decreases the cooldown of all ally skills by 2 turns. Right? Champion receives damage equal to 30% of their max hit point, and it can kill the champion, but it's on a 5-turn cooldown, so you're lowering everyone else's skills by 2, and it's awesome. It's really RNGeezus is a great champion to have if you can make her work. It requires some pretty good gear for the high level content, but is definitely someone that you can have fun with. Harrier, again, I don't think I need to go over this again, but Harrier is fine. Okay, and here we have another epic. It's good, and it's Padma, which is another epic that I have. Okay, that's fine. So another duplicate, but she is a really good defense-based champion, but she has a lot of really cool offensive things with her skills. Decrease attack on all enemies for 2 turns. But she attacks one enemy twice, but then puts the debuff on all enemies, which is kind of a cool way to do it. Then an AoE A2 that puts a decreased accuracy on all enemies, and then the cool skill, I think, is the A3. Attacks one enemy and removes all their buffs and places them on that champion, which can be a fun turnabout is fair play type of event. Okay, so moving on from Padma. I guess we'll just have 2 more rares and then we'll be done. Oh, hey, look at this, an epic. I can't believe it. Oh, and it's Golden Reaper, another one that I have, but she's cool. Nice little speed buffer. 30% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a random ally's skills by a turn, which can be nice. It can actually save your butt sometimes, depending if the timing is good. 50% chance of placing it's an AoE that puts a decreased attack on, and then decreases the turn meter of each target if they're not in a decreased attack. So it's one or the other, but those are 2 good things that can happen. And then increased speed and boost their turn meter by 20%. So a little bit of apothecary action there on her A3, and then a faction crypts, increased accuracy. Okay, so lastly we have another retainer. Okay, not even really worth talking about. Okay, so, alright, let's flip over to my free-to-play account and see if we have some better action over there. Okay, so we're just going to, nope, we're not going to do anything like that. We're not going to get any of your power-up packs, Plarium. We're just going to not participate in that. Alright, let's see. I enjoy looking at my black screen for a bit, and I will switch accounts. Oh, which one is it? I don't know. I think it's this one. Alright, we'll find out. Oh my gosh, I don't remember my password. This might be a really quick end to a video. Oh, no, it looks like I got in. Alright, are we launching? Is that what's going to happen? We're going to launch, right? Guys? Let's go. Alright, sorry for the wait and the delay. Minor technical difficulties on my part where I had a momentary password remembering panic, but I seem to have overcome it okay, and my muscle memory kicked in and was able to input the password without me actually really knowing what it was. Think about that. Do you still remember your childhood phone number? Because I do. Was that a weird thing? I totally... Actually, no, because I was childhood, so it was all rotary, right? I was just spinning around with my finger. Oh, those are the days. All right, yes. That's why I'm here. All right, so I guess I can't call it a free-to-play account. I have to call it the alt account because I have spent a little bit of money on here. Not much, but a little bit. All right, so let's see. I can't remember the last time I got a void epic right away. Oh, look, Golden Reaper again. But I don't, have one on this account. So that's good. I was hoping I was going to get something new on my other account because my next mission on my Arbiter was to rank a 6-star ascension for a Void champion, and I don't think I have one that I want to build, honestly. So thanks for nothing, Plarium. Alright. Oh, Painkeeper. I already have one on this account, unfortunately. But Painkeeper is fantastic. Used to be great. It used to be, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but this heal used to be 25% of the champion's max hit points, which was insane because you can just, already a hit point based champ, you can just stack massive amounts of hit points, and her heals were, you didn't have to worry. It made a lot of encounters absolutely trivial because her heal was so good. They did nerf that, so she is no longer the S tier champion that she used to be, but still pretty decent. and a critical component to a lot of unkillable compositions. Malbrank, bomb champion, really cool looking. I love the way Malbrank looks. She's so badass. But unfortunately, not something's missing from her account, from her skill set, and I really do like it. She has decreases the bomb debuff detonation on her A1. She counterattacks, puts self counterattack on her A2, and then has bombs on a 4-turn cooldown on her A3. But for some reason, in practice, I just can't get her to work very well. So unfortunately, she's just a bit too weak. All right, and we have the guy with the shell growing out of his face. Very awesome. Drowned Bloat Wraith. What does the Drowned Bloat Wraith do again? A stun on the A1. Increases by 5% for each debuff on the target. Interesting. An AoE A2. Wretched Stench. That's awesome. 30% decreased defense. 20% chance of placing a fear on anyone under the decreased defense debuff. Okay, and then Ascension 3. Heals champion by 50% of their max hit points every time this champion or an ally kills an enemy. Oh, that's kind of cool. Alright, so fine. I don't know if I would... Oh, they whap you with an anchor. That's cool. I don't know if I would spend a whole lot of time on that champion, but interesting skill set nonetheless. Okay, and... Ox, you do nothing for me. Next. Come on, let me get one epic on my free-to-play account. The Seducer. Good, nice abs. Next, we have... Come on, guys. Give me my poor free-to-play account gets nothing. Really? That's what you're going to do to me? Alright, so Kurzad Deep-Heart. He's one of the newer dwarves. What does he do? Attacks the enemy, places an extra hit if the attack is critical. Okay. Extra hit places a decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Okay, so build him for 100% crit. You can get an decreased speed debuff. Each critical hit fills the champion's turn meter by 7.5%. Okay, so you're building him for crit anyway. 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns, and then attacks all enemies. 75% chance of placing a decreased defense buff for 2 turns. It is the little version, but that's okay. You know what? That's not a bad rare. That's a rare you can make work. It does some cool stuff. Again, I mean, not like a Bellower or Cold Heart level rare, but not awful. Or maybe I'm just trying to convince myself of that because I drew no epics out of my 8 voids that I had on my free-to-play account, and the voids are kind of hard to come by on a free-to-play account. But I'm just going to roll with it. Alright, guys, I appreciate it. We got some epics, all dupes, unfortunately, and that's what you're going to have to deal with when you have an aged account like I do. You know, I've been playing for about 2 years now, so... well, maybe not quite that long, but we're getting there, right? A year and a half. And, you know, this is something you gotta deal with sometimes. So, but I appreciate your watching. Let me know how your voids went, if you got anything good. I'd always love to hear it. Subscribe if you feel inclined to see more of this. I don't know if I'll do Ancients tomorrow. I don't have a whole lot of Ancients on my main account, but I do have a lot of gems, so maybe I can get a couple of the 11 packs. We will see and see what mood I'm in tomorrow night. Alright, guys, again, thank you. Take care and enjoy your weekend. Bye.